welcome back to today's video. Before we get into the maths today, I have another amazing piece of work to share with you. This comes from Aidan, and he has done a poem all about an endangered orangutan. Now, we heard that he concentrated really hard to try and make it as neat as he possibly could. So well done, Aidan, because that really shows. He's also managed to make his poem rhyme, so I'll just read you the first couple of lines. Through the trees the orangutan swings. Birds are flying with feathery wings. Up in the sky like a kite, then down to take berry bites. So well done, Aidan. That's a really good poem and a lovely picture as well. Okay, on with today's maths. Thursday's arithmetic. The first one is 90,450. Take away 38,865, and we can do that using the formal written method. We can't do 0 take away 5, so we need to go into our tens column and exchange. 10 take away 5 is 5. We can't do 4 take away 6, so we need to go into our hundreds column and exchange. 14 take away 6 is 8. We can't do 3 take away 8, and on this occasion we can't exchange from our thousands column, so we need to go into our 10,000s column and put that 1,000 into the thousands column. Then we need to exchange now from our thousands column, and 13 take away 8 is 5, 9 take away 8 is 1, and 8 take away 3 is 5. So the answer is 51,585. The next one is 700,000 take away 700. Now, some of you might be able to do this in your heads, but we'll just check it using the formal written method just to make sure. So we need to make sure we've got our place value all correct. So 0 take away 0 is 0. Then we can't exchange in our hundreds, thousands, 10,000s column, so we need to exchange from our hundreds, thousands column and carry on until we get to our hundreds column. So 10 take away 7 is 3, then 9 take away nothing is 9, and 6 take away nothing is 6. So we're left with 699,300. The last one on Thursday's reasoning is 51 times 47. So as always, we start off in the ones column. 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 5 is 35. Then we need to multiply by the tens column, but before we do that, we put our placeholder in the ones column, which is a 0. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. Then we need to add those two together. So 7 add 0 is 7. 5 add 4 is 9. 3 add 0 is 3. And 2 add nothing is 2. So our answer is 2,397. The first one for Thursday's reasoning questions, it says Jason collects 20p coins, Holly collects 5p coins. They have each collected £6. How many more coins does Holly have than Jason? So what we know is that £1 equals 100 pence. So from that we need to work out how many 20p's and how many 5p's are in £1 and then multiply that by 6. So there are 5 20p coins in £1. And in £1 there are 20 5p coins. We know that because 2 times 5 is 10, so 20 times 5 is 100. So then we need to find out how many 20p coins and how many 5p coins there will be in £6. So we'll do Jason first. 5 times 6 equals 30. So Jason has 30 20p coins. 20 times 6. Well, we know that 2 times 6 is 12, so 20 times 6 is 120. So Holly has 125p coins. Then it says how many more coins does Holly have than Jason. So we're finding out the difference between the two. 120, take away 30. Can't do 2, take away 3. But 12 take away 3 is 9. So Holly has 90 more coins than Jason. The next one, Mia has 2 identical squares and a rectangle. She puts the 2 squares on top of the rectangle and it's asking you what the length of X is. So we first need to look at the fact that these are identical squares, and because they're identical squares, all of the sides will be the same. So this one is 67 centimetres as well, and this one is 67 centimetres as well. Then we need to work out what these 2 lengths together would be, and to find out X we take whatever that is away from 160, because we've got a whole line here which is 160, but we've got 2 parts out of it which are 67 centimetres each. So to do that, do 67, add 67, 7 add 7 is 14, 6 add 6 is 12, add 1 is 13. So we know that these 2 lengths together are 134 centimetres, so then we need to do 160, take away 134 to find out what X is. 0 take away 4 you can't do, 10 take away 4 is 6, 5 take away 3 is 2, and 1 take away 1 is nothing. So the difference, or X, is 26 centimetres. The next question is asking you to circle the decimal that equals 38 over 1,000. So if we draw out a place value chart, we've got our ones column, decimal here, tenths column, hundredths column, and thousandths column. Now if we had 8 thousandths, it would go there because that's 8 thousandths, but we have 38 thousandths. So we put a 3 in our hundredths column, so 38 thousandths. Then we've got a gap here, so we put a 0 in there and a 0 in our ones column, and we're left with 0.038, which is this 4th one here. The next one says, Holly, Jason and Mia play 2 games. Winning game A is worth 50 points. Winning game B is worth 100 points. This table shows the points they have, and it's asking you to complete the table for Jason and Mia. So it's already done it for us for Holly. We can see that Holly won 2 of game A, 1 of game B, and she has a total of 200 points, which works out because if game A is worth 50 points, 2 times 50 is 100, add another 100 for game B, and that's 200 points. So Jason won 5 games of game A, so that's 5 times 50. Well, we know that 5 times 5 is 25, so 5 times 50 must be 250. He won 4 of game B, so that's 400. And 250 add 400 equals 650. On to Mia. We don't know how many of game A she won yet. We know she won 5 of game B, which is 500 points, and she has 950 points in total. So that means she must have got 450 points in game A, because 450 add 500 equals 950. So then we just need to do 450 divided by 50. And again, we can get rid of those zeros, so it's 45 divided by 5, which is 9. Okay, the next question. Write the missing numbers to make the calculations correct. We've got something over 5, add 2 tenths equals 4 fifths for this first one. Now what we normally do when looking at equivalent fractions is we multiply. But on this occasion we're going to divide, because we've got a fifths here, tenths here, but our answer is in fifths, and we are able to divide the denominator and the numerator because the numerator is 2. So we're going to divide them both by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5, 2 divided by 2 is 1. So it's something fifths, add 1 fifth equals 4 fifths. So we know that 1 add 3 equals 4. The next one, we've got 1/4 add so many 8s equals 7/8. So we are going to multiply on this occasion and make 1/4 into 8s. So we multiply by 2, and 1 times 2 is 2. 2 8s add 5 8s equals 7/8. That's all for today. As always, do keep in touch with us on the Year 5 email address and the school's Twitter because we love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!